Okay, we're ready.
Just take a sip of water. Okay, now I'm ready. I just had such a long day. Okay. My special occasion speech. Okay. I attended 4 high schools. I moved 5 times, and I was never one to build relationships since I knew I was most likely going to move. I got used to moving and having to start over, so I never took the time out of my day to get to know someone until I went to Hightstown High School, the home of the Rams. I went into Hightstown High in the middle of my junior year and didn't really see myself being friends with anyone since I had such a short time to go until senior year. That was until I met Irma. Irma walked up to me on my first day with the biggest smile I had seen at the early time of 7:45 a.m. And since that very moment, never really left my side. If you saw her, you saw me, and if you saw me, you saw her. In the small time we spent together, she had become more than my best friend, she had become my sister. Unfortunately, I only got to spend 3.5 years with my best friend because on a rainy, foggy August morning, she crashed into a tree and died on impact. The moment I got the call, my heart shattered into a billion tiny pieces. But I knew my best friend, and I knew she wouldn't want me to spend it on my living room floor sobbing. She would have wanted to be celebrated for the true light that she was. Irma was a magnificent soul, and I will forever be indebted for the impact that she had on my life by being so loving, funny, and loyal. There's genuinely not a day that goes by that I don't think about her. She was always the life of the party, and honestly, the most joyful person you could have ever possibly met. Irma was raised in a very traditional religious household, but that didn't stop her from being the loudest, funniest person in the room. No matter the setting, we danced like nobody was watching, and if she was here today, she would have, without a doubt, gone viral. However, above from being the funniest person I knew, she was the most loyal I had known. No matter the time or day, she was my shoulder to cry on, and if she could help, oh, she was. It's almost like she was a part of my brain, and she always knew what I needed to hear. She always knew what to say and do. I still wish I could pick up the phone and call her because nobody knows me the way Irma did. We spend every day together in school and out. We applied to colleges together, we graduated high school together, and more importantly, we laughed together, and it didn't stop there. We shared everything: clothes, food, school supplies, you name it, we shared it. Even though my friend passed away, she's with me every day in everything I do. And I'll continue to accomplish all of our goals since she isn't here to do it with me. I hear her voice when I'm struggling with homework. I hear her voice when I'm stressed. I hear her voice when I'm sad. Irma had such an impact on my life at such a young age, and I'll continue to live for the both of us. All done.
I'm sorry for your loss, Ellie. Sounds like a wonderful friend.
She was a one-of-a-kind soul. She was the best. She was so funny.
You have a picture?
Oh my god, yeah. I was thinking about showing them, but then every time I looked, I just started crying. So I was like,
Oh.
But yeah, I do have a photo.
One day those tears are going to be replaced with smiles every time you think about her.
I know. She was just like one of the realest people I'd ever met in my entire life. I know that sounds like weird to say at the age of like 23, turning 24. It's like I'm so young, but she was such a special human being. It's insane. You just met her and you just wanted to be around her 24/7. She was just so funny. I do.
Are you going to share a picture on your
on
your phone, on your computer?
On my phone. I think it'll be clear on my phone.
Alrighty.
she's just laughing in all of them, so I feel like you can't even really see. Trying to find one where she's like,
I'm sorry for your loss.
oh, thank you.
I feel you because I had a friend that I was really close with, and he died in like the same way too.
Yeah, it was like so sudden, and it was like really hard to believe because I just spoken to her the day before. It happened like at 6 in the morning, so it was like I just spoke to her. There's no way she's alive. Like, you guys are kidding. I don't believe you. But it really changed me. Like, it changed the way I saw life and stuff. I'm sorry, I just laugh looking. I feel like this would be the best photo to describe her relationship.
Yeah.
She was just the
So
funny.
carefree with your hairs all flying
Just
around.
always in my space, always on me. Didn't really like. She was just funny.
Yeah.
She was so funny. She was the bestest, but
Nice.
it's okay. Life happens. That's
Thanks for
it.
sharing that with us, Ellie. Thank
Yeah,
you.
of course.
Who's next?
I can go next if there's no
Okay.
volunteers.
All right, Billy. Was that Billy or
It was me.
Corey? Oh, Joshua. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we only could see the top of your from your nose up. There you go.
Okay. Whenever you're ready.
All right, we're ready. Okay.
So I want to pay tribute to someone special to me, someone who did the impossible for me. My mother. She was such an important figure in my life when I had no one else, nowhere else to go. This lady really gave me her all. Initially, I was a mistake. I wasn't supposed to exist. But even though my father wasn't in the picture, my mom never gave up on me. As I grew up, my mom did all she could to find a roof to put over my head. Regardless of her immigration status, she's the epitome of hard work and perseverance. Although it's been 1 year and a half without her, there's not a day that passes by where I don't miss her. My mother was a very hardworking woman. She worked 3 jobs 7 days a week. She used to work in a restaurant as a cook, then worked in gardening and even started a housekeeping service. When I was a child, I never understood why my mom worked so much. But it wasn't until I got older that I realized how important money is. There was never a day that my mom would call out of work. She would work through colds and surgeries. But she always told me this one quote in Spanish: Trabajo para que nada nos falte, which in my fluent translation means that I work so that we have everything we need. My mom showed me how hard life can be, and it motivated me to start working in landscaping at 14 years old. One thing I'll never forget about my mom was that even though she was busy, she would always make time for me. My mom was a woman full of love. My mom would take me to restaurants and amusement parks. No matter what she had going on, she never procrastinated in taking me to soccer games on Sundays or to buy me my toys. She showed me that it's possible to work 40 plus hours per week and still work on your dreams. Besides, my mother, being incredibly hardworking, she was actually really supportive. I could say that I had a cool mom. She would listen to modern music like me and would ask me to play her songs from the 90s on my guitar. My mom, just like myself, also has a passion for music. But let's say Spanish music, like salsa, merengue, bachata, and a Mexican style of music called sireños. When my mom lived in the States, she supported me with anything my 8-year-old heart wanted to pursue. She bought me my first viola, piano, and guitar. She supported me indefinitely. And now I even play with the mariachi band. It sucks that she isn't here to see me play, but I send her videos of the performances we do. My mother had a great sense of humor. I remember about most of the times my mom would have me dying of laughter. Sometimes I would think that she was more like a best friend rather than a mom. Being able to say, "Hey mom," and tell her about my day was always so memorable. There wasn't one instance where my mother did not make a joke about what I would tell her. Sometimes when I'm alone, I laugh because I randomly remember things that she used to tell me. By no means did my mom have corny jokes. She had a lot of inappropriate jokes that always had me laughing. Even when I talk to my mom about girl problems, she would always find a way to kick the sadness out of me and make me laugh. Moments like those are priceless to me, and it makes me want to fly to Guatemala and go see her. But right now, I can't because I have my life I need to work on here. But I wanted to share with you all about my mother and her importance and influence in my life. There's so many more moments that I could sit here and talk about, but I hope that this sheds some light on how important my mom is to me, but also of how great of a mother she was. Ever since my mom went back home to work on her legal status, things have been strange. I currently live with my grandfather, but there isn't a day I don't call her. Just like when my mom supported me, presently I support her. I send her money every 2 weeks and make sure my mom has everything she needs. Even though I found my way through life, even if it's not going the way I want it to go, I know that one day I'll persevere like her and see her again and give her a hug. The same bear hug she used to give me. Thank you.
You low-key almost made me cry. And I'm now going to text my mom and tell her I love her.
It's hard not to, you know, but here we are. I think you're muted, Professor.
Sorry about that. Do you have a pic you'd like to share with us?
I have I have a ton of pictures, videos. Um, I could show you like the last picture I have with my mother.
Okay.
I haven't seen my mom in a long time, but we do call each other a lot, and I tell her what's going on. Mm, sorry, I have a lot of pictures on my phone. So there's this one from when I went to Guatemala.
Oh yeah, your mom looks so young.
Yeah, she had me pretty young, like abnormally young, but
She's beautiful.
here we are, right? Thank you.
You have other siblings here?
I don't have any like I don't have any siblings, but I have half siblings that I've heard about from my dad's side, but I haven't been in contact with them in about maybe 10 years. So
Okay. Any no family here at all?
just my grandpa
Just a grandpa.
and some aunts, but they're not, they're not around like that. It's mostly just my grandpa.
All right. Okay. You're almost okay, great. Thank you for sharing that with us, Joshua. Appreciate it. Make sure you let her see this video so she can see the nice things she said. She will love it. I'm going to post the video, so if you get a chance, you can show her. Okay, who'd like to go next?
Go next.
All right, we're ready when you are.
Okay. At the age of 22, I'm already overwhelmed with my responsibilities. I have class, work, schoolwork, and bills to worry about while still trying to have the normal fun of a 22-year-old. I couldn't imagine having a child on top of all this, but my sister did. My niece was born on November 24th, 2015, and it was one of the best days of each of my family members' individual lives. Who I would like to take a couple of minutes to celebrate with each of you. November 24th, 2015, the birth of my niece was about 3 weeks before my sister's 22nd birthday. Having a child at the age of 22 forces you to grow up very fast. While some people were still figuring out the proper cheese to egg ratio for scrambled eggs, my sister had to care for another human being 24/7. I have so much respect for my sister and how great of a mother she's been, because I have no clue what kind of father I would be if I currently had a child. While my sister has been a great mother to my niece has also been surrounded by supportive loved ones from everyone her whole life. These family members come from all walks of life, molding my niece into a very kind, sensitive little girl. When my niece is not spending time with my Irish family, she's spending time with her father's African American family or her stepmother's Guatemalan family. We all provide a very loving support group for her, and she has done a great job of soaking up all the influences of these different cultures. The best part about my niece being born is the bond she brought back to the life of my family. Prior to the birth of my niece, my family was in a bit of a funk. My parents have been fighting more than ever before. My parents were just starting to learn the difficulties. My sisters were just starting to learn the difficulties of being an adult, all while I was still trying to figure out how to survive high school. The birth of my niece reminded us what unconditional love was again, and the shared responsibility that caring for a baby holds, and it brought us all back together once again. And things have been better ever since. I love my niece and everything she's brought to my family. I'm not exactly sure how our family functioned prior to the birth of my niece, but I'm thankful for the way things are now. And basically, after listening to my speech, I hope I've encouraged a couple of you to just remind your loved ones how much they mean to you. Thank you. You asked all that.
Stop it. She's so cute. She's adorable.
Yeah, she is a cutie pie. How old is she?
Now she's 6 now.
Yeah, yeah, you
She's
said
in kindergarten.
2015. Yeah, okay. Yeah. First grade.
No, she's kindergarten now.
And yeah. That's great. Thanks. Any questions for Billy at all? Okay, thanks, Billy. All right, who would like to go next?
I guess I can go next.
Okay.
My speech is a little bit different. I didn't do a commemorative speech. I actually did an award acceptance speech. I planned to get all dressed up for it and everything. I was gonna have a suit and tie on and everything, but I had work right before, so I didn't have a chance to do that.
Okay.
But there will be I have a little acting. I have a prop here too as well for my awards. So
Okay.
Yes, sir.
we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Okay. You ready? Okay, cool. All right, so pretend I came to the stage. Wow, I can't believe this day has actually come. I've dreamed of this day since I was a little boy playing on my little Tykes hoop in my house. It's truly an honor to be standing here before you, being recognized as the most valuable player in the NBA. My journey to this point has been a tough one, filled with blood, sweat, and tears. There are so many people that have been involved in my life that I must thank for helping me reach this milestone. But before I do, I would be remiss to not acknowledge my peers that were also in the running for this prestigious award. Each and every one of you knows exactly what it takes to be holding this award. Though I may be the one standing here on the podium today, all of you know the level of hard work and dedication required to even receive a nomination. The countless hours in the gym, all the extended time spent away from our families, and all the many sacrifices we must make each and every day with hopes of perfecting our craft. For us, the work and sacrifices did not just begin a few years ago after being drafted. The dedication to the game we love started long before then. many times before we were even teenagers. I encourage all of you to keep going. This is not the end of our journeys. The job is not yet done, at least not until you're standing here on this stage accepting this award for yourself. Until that day comes, I will be rooting for each of you to experience this feeling of accomplishment that I feel right now. Before I begin to show appreciation for all those that have helped me along my journey, I must first thank God. None of this would be possible without my faith in him and the many blessings he's bestowed upon me, including getting to play the game I love for a living. Now, I would like to thank all of my fans. Many of you have been supporting me since high school and have continuously inspired me to work harder to reach the next step in my journey. To all of my teammates, both past and present, thank you. Each of you hold a special place in my heart and become like brothers to me over the years. Standing here on this stage makes me appreciate you that much more because I know this would not be possible without any of you. To my coaches and trainers, you have all served as teachers and mentors that I've grown to respect in ways that I can never truly explain. I will never be able to repay you for the wealth of knowledge and wisdom you've all shared with me. And finally, to thank the most important person of all, my mother. A single mother who has done nothing but work her very hardest to provide everything she could for me and my brother. My biggest supporter. There have been countless times where I didn't feel like waking up early or going to a workout, but you were always right there to wake me up, make sure I wasn't slacking, or to just take me to my practices or games. Anything we needed or wanted, you provided. You are the reason I am the man I am today, and the reason I'm standing here at this podium. This is not my award, it is yours. As Kevin Durant said at his 2014 MVP award ceremony, Mommy, you are the real MVP. Before I close today, I would like to take the time to reflect on the wise words of late coach Jim Valvano during his acceptance speech of the Arthur Ashe Courage and Humanitarian Award at the 1993 ESPYs. This is when the late Jimmy V gave his famous speech that will continue to transcend time, which included the quote, "Don't give up, don't ever give up." To truly understand the significance of these words, you must first know that at this point in his life, he was battling with metastatic cancer and passed just a month after sharing these wise words. To know he was fighting for his life in an ongoing battle with cancer that he knew was losing, and for his final request to the world be to never give up, has resonated with me my entire life. Everyone has moments in their life where it feels like nothing is going their way or that the whole world is against them. When I find myself feeling this way, I reflect on Jimmy V's words. Jimmy never gave up to his very last breath. And now I encourage all of you to do the same. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations on that award. We're very proud to know you were in our speech class. And I'm happy to be your instructor. All right, great. Thank you so much. And that was your award that you had, the gold.
Yeah, this is my cologne bottle, but it's gold, so I figured it would work.
That works. That works. Great job. Great job. All right. Any questions for Omar? Okay. Thank you, Omar. Well done.
Thank you.
Okay. Who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
Before I start, my speech is a little different also. I chose to write a speech to commemorate my boss's retirement.
Okay.
So just let me know when you want me to start.
We're ready.
Good evening, distinguished guests. I welcome you and thank you for being here to commemorate Rob's retirement. It gives me great joy to honor him this evening, not only for his contributions to the department, but also for the time he spent collaborating and investing in the staff. I experienced this firsthand, and I'd like to tell you why Rob has had such an impact on my career and myself as an individual. Rob joined this organization and became our director 12 years ago when Rutgers and biomedical health sciences merged. My first thought was, life is like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're going to get. I did not know what to expect of this new director. Rob was quiet at first, busy observing our work practices and business practices, trying to determine what we could improve upon. I was very impressed when he scheduled time to meet with every person in the department, regardless of their role. There were close to 60 staff members at that time. He met with each of us, asked us what our role was, what duties we performed, and our personal opinions, what was needed for our department to improve. He used all the information he gathered from the staff and created structure. Most of his successors had great ideas, but lacked the follow-through. His knowledge of technical processes helped automate many projects we previously spent time doing manually. I was impressed with his vision and how he planned on structuring the office. It was very similar to how I hoped things could run. I said to myself, this guy is going to bring us into the 21st century, and this department will finally be how I hoped and dreamed it would be. Excuse me. Rob knew that for overall success, a new student system was necessary. He lobbied for a new platform which all departments would share. Although he faced many obstacles, he never took no for an answer. He spent countless hours finding a solution to make it work. Many days when I knew he was frustrated with how things were progressing at times, he always made time for the staff and greeted us with dad jokes daily. He often used humor in meetings to diffuse tense conversations, and quickly we knew we had a gem for a boss. Many departments started reaching out to him for guidance on how they can improve their area. Rob's passion and dedication made him very well respected within the organization. The thing that stands out for me most regarding Rob is the support and tools for success he always provided to the staff. I experienced this firsthand. When I met Rob, I had been employed at Rutgers for 25 years and thought I had reached the peak of my career. He would constantly ask me why I never went to school. I explained the time wasn't right. I married and had kids young. My husband got sick for a while, and there was never time for me. He looked at me and said, your kids are grown, your husband's healthy, and you have nothing holding you back except fear. Well, don't you know, that fall I enrolled in school. We made it work with my schedule, and I'm taking my last class to graduate. I'm so happy that I did this for myself, but I would not have gone without Rob pushing me. He always told me I had the knowledge, but I lacked the confidence, and going to school would give me that confidence. Boy, was he right, and I finally have the confidence I lacked for so long. The experiences, knowledge, and the commitment he demonstrated daily created a positive impact on me, the staff, and the organization. His dedication will resonate for a long time. It was an honor and privilege to work for such a dedicated boss, and he will truly be missed. Thank you. And I'm going to show you my big-headed boss. That's my big-headed boss.
Is he really retiring?
As a matter of fact, no, I will retire before him, but he really has made such a profound impact on my life. When I was thinking about who I wanted to write about, for some reason, he just popped in.
Well, you're going to have to let him see that speech, and Omar as well. You're going to have to let your mom hear that speech, see that speech as well, because you want to let people see how you really feel about them, how special they are. It means a great deal. You really have no idea until it happens to you. So yeah,
Thank you, guys.
make sure you tell them. Make sure you tell them. Good job. All right, who's next?
I can go next.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm ready.
I would like to take this time to talk about a very important person in my life. This person happens to be the guy who raised me and has taught me so much throughout my life. My dad has been by my back and has guided me in the right direction for as long as I can remember. We have an unbreakable bond that will last a lifetime, and I do not know where I would be today if he was not in my life. Throughout the years, he has always made time for me and my siblings, taking the time to teach me everything he knows, and has demonstrated how to be the best version of yourself. To start the speech off about my dad, I want to talk about his commitment to his family. He has always been a hard worker and started off as a refrigerator mechanic at a freezer company. He worked long hours every day and worked almost every weekend, but that did not stop him from spending time with his family. As all my siblings, including myself, played multiple sports throughout our childhood, he would always make it to every event somehow. Even I still know how he did it. He always made sure to call me before every game I had and would be there waiting as soon as the game ended to see me. He was one of my biggest fans growing up, and he still is. Always made time to go visit my brother and sister as they did not live with us, and his kids were always his first priority. He taught me just to show up, and that could make someone's day as it made mine every time I saw him supporting me. As my dad was a refrigeration mechanic, he was good with his hands and also taught himself how to be an electrician, car mechanic, and many more things. There is not one thing in our house that he could not fix, and I was there holding the flashlight for him every single time. He's walked me through everything he does around the house, hoping when I get my own place, I'll be as handy as him. From fixing our washing machine to replacing the alternator in my car, he was there to fix everything. He inspired me to be just like him, which was one of my biggest reasons why I'm pursuing an electrician in my future. I want to be able to have the mind he has, as he knows exactly what is wrong with something, he knows exactly what is wrong with something off a simple sound or simple malfunction. To me, he is always the smartest guy in the room as he's passing down everything he knows to all my brothers and sisters, including me. Because of my dad, I want to be able to find the most hidden solution, most massive problems people are always running into. My dad has led it by example in my life by showing me how to be a good person and being his best self. My dad was not the best with academics as growing up, as he only completed 1 year of college before leaving. He jumped around small businesses before landing his current job, which he has been with 20 years. He worked his butt off at work, helped his bosses in every way he could, while also being there for his family and helping any friend that needed his help. He was always there for everyone who needed him, no matter what, even if he did not want to do it. He always made time for helping people, and that was definitely passed down to all of his kids by leading by his biggest example. Even the biggest decision I made by leaving tech school to go to trades, he supported me 100% just to follow my gut, and he was always happy to help me along the way. He showed me if you have a good heart and have a good work ethic, life will always be happy, even on the worst of days. Growing up, my dad was always making time for family and others, takes the time to pass down his knowledge, and demonstrated what it meant to be a good person. Without my dad, I would be lost in life, not knowing what I should do, and I'm very thankful to have him by my side. He has acted as my role model growing up and has been the best example I have come across in my last 21 years of life. Thank you.
Corey, I have a question for you.
Yeah,
Out of all the speeches that we wrote, that was your favorite speech.
that definitely was. I love talking about
You
him.
could definitely tell. You could just tell by how, when you were reading that speech, how much you enjoyed that speech compared to the other speeches. Great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good observation, Gina. You could tell. That's what these speeches are supposed to do. Evoke emotions, sentiments, arouse your sentiments.
This is my favorite picture I have with him.
Okay. Yeah. He will look so happy.
Are you his favorite?
I don't think he has favorites, but I like to think so.
All right.
Um,
Next, I think two more, right?
I can go next.
Got three more. Three more. Got it.
Is my microphone working?
Yes, you're
Okay.
good. We're ready.
My computer wasn't telling me it was working. So mine is like also like a hypothetical award thing. But it's like me giving the award. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so you're doing a speech or presentation. Your,
Yes.
your presentation. That's what you're doing. If you're presenting someone with the
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
All right, now make sure your camera's down so your face doesn't get cut off. There we go. All right.
Okay. The award for most school assignments destroyed hits really close to home. Many of my art projects, homework sheets, and even notes for classes have been destroyed in my past. Having found much of my hard work shredded to pieces in my own home has really made me want to announce the winner of this award. This award is being given to someone who is an absolute menace, a creature who likes to cause chaos everywhere they go. I know the winner quite well. I've known her since she was only 2 weeks old. Living next to a dumpster, scavenging for food every day was a harsh reality. But after being taken and given space in a new home, they really got a chance at a better life. Over the years, I watched them go from nothing to great success. They even had an automatic worked really hard to get to where she is today. She's also a master at destruction, destroying everything I own, from sketchbooks with teeth marks in them to paintings with paint paw prints going across the canvas. She knows how to cause terror. Multiple times have I walked into her literally ripping up paper like a literal paper shredder. She ruined so many homework assignments, and for what reason, I'm still unaware. However, she's done such a good job at demolishing my hard work that she's won this prestigious award today. I'm pleased to announce the winner of the most school assignments destroyed to my cat, Gypsy. That's it.
Are you gonna show Gypsy or is she hiding away?
Yeah, we want to see Gypsy.
You can't even see her. She's like on my bed, next behind me. Let me see if I can get a picture. She's the worst, but also great. Oh, this is gonna be, I don't know if you'll be able to see it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she like loves to,
Looks like she's smiling.
yeah, she really likes to destroy everything I own all the time. It's great. Yeah,
Teachers
so
ever
that's
believe you when you told them your cat destroyed your homework? Yeah.
literally had to like email pictures to people like, look, I promise I did it. I promise I did this art project. It's just she somehow got into it and now it's everywhere.
Thanks, guys. Okay, who's next? Between Taz and Roxanne, right? Those are the last two. Ready, Taz?
Yeah, I'll do it. Yeah. I just kind of want to be last because mine kind of makes more sense to be last.
Oh, okay.
I did a graduation
Get
thing for everyone.
Roxanne ready. Are you ready, Roxanne?
Oh, wait.
I'm ready. You can go last.
Oh, okay.
All right, Taz.
I'll go. Okay.
Am I lagging or is Roxanne
Whenever
lagging?
you're ready, Professor.
Roxanne,
Lagging?
put your mute on, Taz. Okay.
Okay.
All right, Roxanne. All right.
Okay. So one thing that we all have in common is that we have parents. They're the people that are responsible for caring for us and molding us into the people that we are today. They love us unconditionally, regardless of any faults or any things that we do. Our parents make some of the biggest impacts in our life, which is why I would like to see this opportunity to show appreciation to my amazing parents. My parents sacrificed moving to a new country to give my sister and I a better life. They took their life savings, picked up and moved to the United States to give us a new life. All my mother was 7 months pregnant with me. They did not speak the language and only had my grandmother here for assistance who also didn't speak the language. But regardless, they pulled through. Together, my parents worked hard and prevailed against all odds. They slowly made a life for us here and definitely showed us the benefits of hard work. They supported me and everything in my life, but not just financially. They also provided us with more than that. They made sure that they were giving us all the necessary material things, but they made sure to love us, make time for us, and just to go above and beyond. They took time to listen to us and let us voice our opinions freely. And even though they were strict and we did some crazy teenager nonsense, they never stopped loving us. The moment I thought they would disown me when I was pregnant as a teenager, they proved to be my biggest support system. And they helped me during my most challenging time in my life. They transitioned to be the best grandparents ever. They love my daughter and they have their own bond that sometimes I think that they love her more than me. And I'm grateful for that. And although they retired back to their country, they make sure to stay in our lives every day with a FaceTime call and an occasional visit. So appreciating them for taking the sacrifice of moving here, supporting us, and just being the best grandparents. They're just amazing. I could write a book about all the reasons why I'm grateful for them, but we don't have one night. So now that I'm an adult and a mother myself, I can always count on them, and I would not be the mother I am today without them.
Thank you. Roxanne, your audio was going out a little bit, but we could basically make out what you were saying.
Sorry about that. I don't know what's going on with my.
It says it has a little low bandwidth. Your
Okay.
network has a low bandwidth, it says. You have a picture of your parents you want to share with us?
Nah, I would have to pull it up. It's okay. Let Taz go.
Well, find it because it will help your grade.
Okay.
If it takes you a little while, that's okay. We'll go to Taz and then we'll look at it when you come back.
Okay.
Okay.
Here they are.
Okay. Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Oh, your mom looks so happy. Yeah. All right. You got to make sure too, Roxanne, that they see and hear that speech. They'll like it. Thank you.
Roxy, show your parents again. I looked away for a second.
I don't think she heard. Oh, there she goes. Your mom looks like she just won the lottery.
She's
Tell your
always
dad he's a lucky
smiling.
guy. Tell your dad he's a lucky guy. Okay. All right, Tess.
Hello. Okay. Do I just start now?
Yes.
We had a great 12 weeks. We learned a lot from this class. We learned to express ourselves, be more open through team exercises and intro speeches. The intro speech is where we got to peek into everyone's personalities. We learned more, we learned many different lessons from each of everyone's speeches and lectures. Just like the rest of you, I will be walking out of this class with a new understanding of communication as a whole. From the pet peeve speech, I learned a lot about others' mild irritations in life when it comes to irritations of ignorant people, to movie chatter, and texting and driving. We all related to these pet peeves in our own unique ways, coming together at the end of nearly everyone's speech to ask questions and so on was nice because it showed interest in our topics and interests. We were able to agree and disagree with each other and communicate respectfully. Same goes with informative speeches. We all picked topics that related to us and interested us, blending possibly boring topics with our own personalities and flair, uh, to make it appealing to others. An example of one with the French fry speech. It's not often that you find someone jumping for joy, interested in actually looking up information about fries. Um, Having a peppy and upbeat attitude along with a few jokes will make a speech way more entertaining. Finally, at the end of each speech, we helped each other out improving. Even after class, we helped each other out with improvements with discussion boards, texting, and so on, informing us of ways to improve with eye contact to just giving ways to make a smoother process happen when delivering a speech. The class the class personally helped improve my boost. Wow, words are hard. Y'all helped my confidence boost when talking in front of people. Even though I mess up a lot, even right now, I mess up a lot. Uh, in front of the class, it was okay because the class would still find interest in my nonsensical blabbering. The class taught me that messing up is okay sometimes, as long as I just keep going and people will find interest somehow and will ask questions after. When walking out of class, these experiences will be beneficial for all types of majors. Now, when it comes to my future speeches, I will be more more prepared, and more informed. When I mess up, I should just keep going. So I wish everyone good luck and happy future endeavors and have a wonderful winter break. Happy graduation.
Yes, Taz, agree. You did so good. I love
Yes,
it.
that was a great ending to our special occasion speeches.
The fact that she was last makes it a whole lot better.
Yes,
Definitely good to be saved for last.
yes, yes, very good.
And I did it with the good camera that I got from Cyber Monday.
Hey, production costs went up.
Yep.
All right, that was great. Okay.
Great job, everyone.
Great job. Everybody give yourselves another round of applause. Very good. Okay, so we're at the end. The home stretch. One more week to go, but you know, next week, you're just going to take your exam. And the exam will cover the second half of the course, starting from steps to speech making, all the way through to special occasion speeches. Same format. And again, make sure that you review the class agendas, because it will tell you what I think is important. It'll tell you what to study. Okay. So go back and review those as well. Any questions about anything so far?
I have a quick question regarding the test. I remember how the first test that we took, we could use our notes. Is that the same for our final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions at all?
I have a question. My Blackboard doesn't let me upload my journals, and thankfully they're on a Google Doc, but it like won't let me upload it whatsoever. Is anybody else having that problem, or is it just mine?
Nobody else told me that they had a problem like that. Maybe you could try to contact the IT, but I do know right now they're having a lot of problems with it, with just Blackboard in general. So like I couldn't even print everybody's speeches today.
We're supposed to submit the journals to week 15, correct?
Yes.
All right, cool. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Cause like it'll let me, cause like I was doing them week by week, but then it doesn't let me like I will write a whole thing, and then when I click post journal entry, only the title saves. And then I tried to like click edit, then maybe it just wasn't showing it to me like on the main page, but it's like not there. It's completely empty. It only saves the title.
Well, let me look on there and see what I can see.
Okay.
Because it may not let you see it, but I may be able to see it. But I can't check it today because today it's not working well. I don't. Okay. But I will check it, and then just tomorrow, send me an email to double remind me.
Okay. Because it lets me see my first 3. That's why I thought I would be able to see the preview of like what I have. Just won't see it. So.
Okay.
That was it though.
All right. Yeah. If it keeps going crazy, we're gonna have to do something like email. They hate email. Like the school's like, you cannot have this through this email stuff. So, but I mean, we're getting down to the wire, and we have I have to see it. So, I may even maybe I'll put another submission folder in. Try to upload it in extra credit.
Okay.
can you upload it there? And if you're able to do that, then send me an email to let me know that you put your journal in the extra credit.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Because it's all in a doc. I was just uploading them like as separate journal entries. But if I can just upload the doc, yeah, that would be helpful.
Okay.
Professor, I didn't create individual journal entries. I just created a Word document with every date. Is that okay?
That's fine. That's
Okay.
fine. Whatever way you wanted to do it, I just want you to make certain that it's legible. Okay, so it's legible so I can read it. Okay, any other questions? Now, don't forget, there's also a instructor course evaluation. So please complete that and upload that as well. Okay. All right, any other questions at all? Comments? Well, it certainly has been a pleasure being your instructor this semester. We covered a lot of material here. Your improvement is shining through tonight. In comparison to day one, you all have really come a long way, and you really have put a lot of the information that you've learned over the course of the semester into your speeches. As well, I'm hoping that you've been able to incorporate it into your daily lives and that your communication efforts have improved greatly. As well, you will be able to reach your goal of being a better communicator and having better relationships as a result. So I'm hoping that is the case. You certainly have come alive as communicators. It's great that, you know, we can weekly come together and get to know each other, and it breaks down some of those barriers that we may have and nervousness once we do know our audience a little better. So it works out well. And I promised you a lot of the information you probably already knew some of this information before, but just didn't look at it in the manner in which we explored it over the course of the semester. So again, thank you for participating this semester. We can't have a great class without your participation. So I really do appreciate that. And I want to wish everyone a very happy, safe holiday season. And for anybody who is graduating this semester, I know Gina is, so let's all give Gina a big round of applause. I don't know if anybody else is graduating.
4 long years.
Yes, and we are so proud of you. Congratulations again. Best wishes.
Thank you, and thank you, Professor. You really did a good job with giving us the information, making us feel comfortable around each other to be able to read and get better. So thank you for that.
It's my pleasure. My pleasure. I love these classes. All right, students. Best wishes to all of you and the rest of your college careers. And again, have a wonderful holiday. Good night.
Thank you, Professor.
Thank you.
Bye,
Thank
class.
you.
And thank you for the whole semester,
Everything.
Professor.
Thank you.
Professor, can we talk when everyone leaves?